Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones, and I got my boys with me. To the left, I got my guy, Blackie Chan, and at the bottom, all by his lonely self, I got my guy, Guns, man. Yeah, the other two bailed on us tonight, man, but we're going to make it work. Obligations come up, man. Got to handle our husband duties sometimes. So we completely understand.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to. So.
Well, you might as well say it now. You said that much.
Hey, technically, I was celebrating Christmas today. So, and I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Celebrating his wedding anniversary.
Tyler and Raul.
So shout out to Raul and wifey. And
you guys
Tyler, on the other hand.
Raul has a good excuse, but Tyler, come on.
Come on, man. Come on, T. No, we completely understand, man. But anyways, guys, there is so much to talk about tonight.
A lot.
As you guys know. We're on fire right now, man. We're hitting our stride. We're firing on all cylinders, man. Whatever you want to say. We're doing it right now, man. Lincoln is cooking with grease. So yeah, man. I couldn't be more excited for what's going on right now. There we go. The future is very bright, man. You guys heard Jay say it all the time. We just gonna move it over here too, man. You see us. But yeah, man, we got it going right now, man. What's your guys' thoughts on how everything's playing out so far this offseason? Well, I guess it's not even technically offseason yet, but
yeah, that is true. But finally, like it's been a hard fought or just a struggle just to friggin' imagine a good defensive staff being built at USC with when Lincoln Riley was hired. Like there was some pieces there that could have been great, but then we all know that the elephant in the room was kind of screwing all that up. So,
yep.
Yeah, overall, I would say the buzz has been great. Aside from the defensive staff, which we'll talk about in more detail later. You expect to have buzz in the offseason, and obviously it's not technically offseason yet in terms of, recruiting and upgrades and stuff like that. So it's been great to see and hear, and looking forward to talking about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It sounds like there's a lot more to come too.
Absolutely.
So, we can't give away too much right now, but just make sure you guys stay tuned for those videos, man. That Blackie Chan's been all over. So
yeah, he's killing it, dude. He's killing it.
Man.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Doing good, dude.
Well, at least now I'll be able to help you out a little bit. But yeah, man, we're rolling right now, and I'm just looking forward to what the rest of this week brings, man. So, yeah, I'm hearing some things, man. Also hearing some odd news, I guess you could say. There's a lot going on in the rumor mill. Our quarterback situation too. So both ways, actually. So
I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to be upset.
Talk about it. Do you want to save it later, man?
No, I don't want to be upset until it actually happens. So let's just be positive here.
Try it, man. Try it, but there's nothing we can control, man. So, but yeah, man. You guys tap in with us, man. Drop those questions, man. What we got, man? Let's go ahead and get this thing going.
All right. Thoughts on the defensive coaching additions?
All right. Let's go ahead and start with you, guys.
Yeah, so first off, want to talk about Dante as well. Obviously, I know we're talking about the additions, but also kind of deletions. Just obviously thank you for what he did for us throughout the Clay Helton time, especially being the interim. Solid recruiter. Definitely think, there are times where his development skills have gone down, and I think going to Georgia will be a plus for him to tune that up. And I think to what he wants to be, right? He wants to be a defensive coordinator. He wants to be a head coach, and learning from a Kirby Smart, who's learned from a Nick Saban is a big thing. So good luck to his future endeavors. Hopefully, he doesn't take any of our guys in the future. We'll discuss that later on, obviously, when that happens, if that happens. But with Doug Belk, man, young guy, still growing in this game. Was a DC at Houston and worked under Saban for a few years as a GA assistant. So kind of knows, the winning ways in terms of the Alabama way. And he was Georgia, was trying to get him. So kind of seems like, no disrespect to Dante Williams, they kind of took our sloppy seconds in a way where we got the guy we wanted, and they took the other guy. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to him getting those relationships going with the future kids, and can't wait.
So let's talk about that Alabama GA position for a second.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, and then we'll get to you, Rebecca Chen. I'm sorry, but so check us out. On that staff, Lane Kiffin, right? Kirby Smart,
yep.
Mel Tucker, Mario Cristobal, Dan Lanning, all on that staff.
Yeah. That's a star-studded staff.
It's some pretty good people to learn under, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think, man, this hire was just, yeah. Go ahead, Black Chan. I'll get to it.
Oh no, it's definitely a home run hire, especially if he was a hot commodity. A lot of people wanted him, and the fact that he's also another coordinator is definitely bodes well for Coach Lynn. Definitely someone else that he can learn from as well if he still has some questions about when it comes to being a D coordinator. And he's from the state of Georgia, so he has that Georgia region. He can scout that Georgia region, and yeah, it's just I don't know really what his recruiting chops is like. So because that's the one thing that we're gonna miss from Dante is his recruiting. So we just got to be able to weather the storm from him trying to poach our players. So we'll see. And what was he was a Broyles semifinalist in 2021. So that goes to the best assistant coach. So that's definitely a good. He may have not have won it, but that's still being nominated for that is a good sign as well.
He's got to be good at something, right?
Yeah. So it definitely tells us something. And yeah, like it's just crazy that we're getting all these, like we're not all, but like we're getting head coaches, former DCs coming over to us. Like we're stacking it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get another like a defensive coordinator to be our D-line coach.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't know what's going on with that yet. Just like last week we said the same thing about Dante, but like I said, man, I mean, to piggyback off Guns, hate to lose Dante. I mean, he's definitely his recruiting chops are second to none. As far as a developer, I mean, this past couple seasons didn't bode very well for him. As far as but at the same time, we know that him and the defensive coordinator were not seeing eye to eye. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. You see, our defensive backs, like I mentioned earlier in the season, man, they just looked confused out there, like they were hearing two different things. So
our whole defense checked out from
Grinch. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to judge him on that, but it's a results-oriented business. So that's just how it goes.
But he was also the DB's coach before Grinch too. So
yeah, I mean they weren't as bad. I can say that.
That bad, but that's still not
you look
good.
At we still put some guys in the NFL, but
we've never had like DBs that were like the last time we had a DB that was like kind of scary to go against was probably Iman Marshall or Adoree Jackson.
To sorry to jump you.
What happened?
Cut you off. Yeah, so I guess this is not what we were talking about in terms of the QB room, guys, and obviously some people are already talking about it. Malachi Nelson is expected to enter the transfer portal. Sources tell 247. So
Whoa.
Yeah, I just see that from Mad Sense.
So yeah, that's not something we were talking about, guys, in those chat. I mean, honestly, the thing that we were talking about wasn't even serious, but that's definitely serious.
Yeah,
and we'll probably, maybe I guess touch on it right now. But
wait, real quick before we jump into that.
Yeah.
We just got a commitment.
Oh, yeah,
commitment for Kalolo Taaga.
Yes,
just committed to us, to the good guys.
Oh yeah, hey yeah.
We'll hit you with that good news before we jump into this.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep, 6'7", 265. Yep, I'll take it.
I heard Malachi was. He said he was willing to battle.
Well, apparently he changed his mind. Obviously, that says something about someone who's coming in, or maybe multiple people. Who knows?
Yeah, well, who knows if Moss will stick around if what's his name comes in.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting that one. That was wow.
This hurts.
Yeah, I'm speechless right now, but well, it's kind of interesting because I mean we know that he wasn't healthy, so I don't really understand why he would be going anywhere else to try to battle it out. I mean, he's not even fully healthy to do so here. But who knows what comes into play? Maybe it's a NIL issue. Who knows? Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But
if he does, good luck to him. Wish he would stay and try to fight. But on to the next if he does leave.
Yeah, I mean.
So sorry, jump in. Does that mean we try to go flip DJ Lagway? Because I mean, Florida's in a dump. Everyone's getting flipped away from them. I mean, full throttle press. In my opinion, that's the issue of
either DJ
not playing next year. I think DJ would be a perfect fit to learn under 1 year under hopefully Walker.
Well,
Howard, right? I mean,
you guys know who from the same class I am very high on, who just entered the portal this week.
Malik.
Yes, sir. I would much rather have a Malik Murphy
over Will Howard.
No, definitely not over Will Howard.
But how is that going to work, though?
Why wouldn't it? I mean, Malik gonna have to earn this spot. Like,
I know, but if
he's looking to start right away, then I understand him going elsewhere. But we're not in a position to, to take on a guy that lives in a Big Ten with no experience.
I'm a little sad right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting.
Well, if anything, I could probably see Malachi trying to go to Ohio State.
Wow. Well, speaking of that, I guess it's the perfect opportunity to jump into that rumor, right?
No. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely shocking and confusing. I thought there was still an opportunity for all three of them to stay, and Jensen, the fourth guy, Jake Jensen, would be the one that'd be the odd man out. But I guess Malachi doesn't want to, sit around compete. I guess. I mean, I guess maybe he feels he was healthy. I guess is how I'm looking at it now, since he wants to leave. So yeah, pretty shocking.
But even with that being said, even if you're healthy, you still got to compete and win the job. All right. Even at the next place you go to, there's no guarantees unless you go somewhere that's lesser team.
Yeah.
Yeah, USC for life, football for life. We just kind of started talking about that. Winter, my Christmas is just slowly getting worse and worse right now.
Well, listen, at the same time, it's like we're just losing potential. We're not losing a proven kid. We don't.
Yeah, but we can't. Do we want to? I know we can live off the portal, but is it? Who knows how sustainable that's going to be when because they're trying to actively hurt the transfer portal. I feel like right now. So.
Well, we're in a situation to where we kind of have to right now. But
we also saw that too. USC football for life.
Yeah, we just finished talking about that one.
So right now, there's mixed feelings going on in my head right now.
Yeah, that's an interesting timing for that announcement as well, man. Because it kind of steals Kalolo's shine a little bit, man. So yeah, we won't let that happen there. We'll move on from that. We'll get to that when it's time to, man.
Do we want to talk about, I guess, some of the positive, I guess, news and recruiting and transfer
absolutely.
portal?
So on top of coaching additions, man, we got some new defensive player additions. Blackie Chance, okay, man. No cry. It's all right. We're gonna be all right, man. I promise you. Listen, Lincoln will never lack quarterback talent in his quarterback rooms. We'll find a way around this. I promise.
I'm not. It's not the lack of quarterback talent. It's just how thin it is
at the moment. Yeah.
Like he's going to need to get 2 QBs in this portal.
Yeah, I mean, that move might cost us a little penny, but
little pennies, $2 million.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, maybe Jensen's the third guy. They bring on some walk-on, and then we have the transfer portal guy, and then Miller Moss.
At this point, if what's his name is really leaving, Malachi, there has to be a lot of smoke, some forest fire going on about Will Howard.
Right, but even if it's Will Howard, I don't understand him wanting to leave.
Yeah, because he only has 1 year left.
Exactly. So
what about are we still, has Lincoln Riley still been in contact with Dylan Raiola? Is he in contact with DJ Lagway still? Like, we don't know what's still going on with that. So it's a lot
obviously it's an underclassman that I won't say obvious, but you would think that it would be somewhere closer to his class that may be coming in to make him want to hit the portal, But I don't know. That's why it's a little confusing with the situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to like the commitments that we've had. Do we want to talk about the transfers?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
So we have the brothers, the Arnold brothers, Akili Easton. I don't even want to try to say his hyphenated name.
No.
Nate Clifton.
Mascarenas, man. Mascarenas.
Yeah. Mascarenas Arnold. Okay. That's not bad. I just call him EMA.
That works. All right.
But yeah,
so for the Arnold guys, I'll start with Akili, the safety. Very solid safety, veteran of the game. He was on PFF's kind of like, all Pac-12 kind of selection. So, they thought highly of him from a PFF perspective. And then we got the guy Easton. Dude just seems like a dog. He's got over 100 tackles. About 50 were solos, and then the rest were assisted. Young, so he's going to be within the system for more years than his older brother. But linebacker was a position of need in my opinion. So
absolutely
going into the Big Ten. So I'm excited about the Arnold brothers.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is it's also telling us how Lynn is recruiting, because there was quotes saying that they didn't want to be wined and dined, they just wanted to talk ball. And the moment that they talked with Coach Lynn, because their dad didn't want them to come play for USC at all, with how the state of the program was, and until the most recent hires, that kind of changed their mind. So that's telling me that it's getting people talking. People are reconsidering us. People are considering us. So it's definitely a good look for Lincoln Riley, especially when it comes to the defensive side.
You say fight on? I
think we have a new host here, B. Jones.
That's right.
You out.
You can't host
So touchdown USC. AVA is probably already on his way to Notre Dame right now, because he just graduated, didn't he?
He did,
but I don't think he's doing early practices. I could be wrong, but
They literally just finished school. Was that this week? I believe.
Yeah, this week.
Because I know Peyton and what's his name? Peyton Woodard and what was that other? The DB that is going to Alabama. They're already at
Xavier.
Xavier. Yeah, they're already there. So who knows what's going on with KVA? But he sounds like he's all Notre Dame at this point with his post or whatever, and MXL reps 951. Malachi is a quitter. He quit on his high school team in the playoffs against Mater Dei in the fourth quarter. He didn't come back on the field because they were getting stomped. I'm not going to speak for his character or if he's a quitter or not. It's just maybe things are not going the way he was thinking it would when Caleb would leave. We really don't know what's going on. We still don't even know if he's actually entering the transfer portal. It's just rumors at this point, but Matt Ennis has been pretty spot on lately. So we'll find out in the coming days on this. So at this point, all we can really do is just hope for Will Howard to be on his way here, or Cam Ward, who knows. But he wasn't on the trip with this most recent one, right? Cam Ward?
No.
It was just Will Howard.
Yeah, Cam Ward's not taking any visits, so I don't think he's coming to USC. So yeah, he's going to FSU or Miami. But B. Jones, what are your thoughts on the Arnold brothers?
They're definitely some ballers. I tell you, they tackle well. That's for sure. I believe Akili had 106 tackles this upcoming season. Sorry, this past season. So about 3 picks or something like that. But yeah, they fit the scheme perfectly. If you watch film on them and you watch any of Lynn's film, that's what I've been doing lately, man. This week, just trying to decipher his defense, man, and they seem like perfect fits for his defense. So they're coming in looking to take some spots, I'm sure. So yeah, man, our guys better be ready because they're coming.
Yeah, and we have a stacked linebacker room right now, so there's going to be an odd man out with how this defense is ran. So, and all of these players that are going to be an odd man out are all athletic and all have the ability to be starters somewhere. So, someone's feelings are going to get hurt, and it's going to be rough to see it happen.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but here's the thing about that. In today's game, man, we can pretty much expect somebody to hop in that portal because somebody's feelings are going to be hurt. And in reality, we know that there's some guys that probably should not have been on the field all last season, whose egos are going to be a little inflated because of that, and think that they're not going to have to prove themselves all over again for this new defensive coordinator. So that it just comes with when you get a new coaching staff. Some players kind of feel like, well, I'm already proven. Like, I'm not going to mention any names, but we've seen that last year with in the receiver room. So that's expected, man. So come on, man, y'all lay off Shaw for a minute, man.
Our team is going to be very different next year.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's much needed. So. Yeah, it should be interesting to see how spring camp plays out, man. That's when people have an idea some idea of who's going to be taking the reins, who's going to be stepping up in those number one spots, and
honestly, our defense is going to be probably the most, our whole team is probably going to be one of the most inexperienced team in the Big Ten.
As of right now, how our current roster is constructed, yeah. But we're definitely not done in the transfer portal. So there's a lot more happening, man. We still haven't done. We've done okay in the trenches so far. Well, actually, we've done well in the trenches, but I still think we need some more numbers, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So
Yeah, USC Football for Life says, can Miller Moss end up being a Matt Castle? Never started, but makes the NFL.
Miller's got game, man. I think he could be. I think he would light it up at a camp.
Yeah, I could see him going being undrafted. I don't think he's going to get drafted, but I do see him being undrafted and maybe going to the Rams, staying local, or maybe going to the Raiders. So we'll see. I don't know.
With Malachi leaving, who knows, man? Like, we might end up with a whole new quarterback room before the season starts.
Yeah.
We'll see how this thing plays out, man. But it's definitely interesting.
Big Bumbo 22 says, any chance we get Trevor Etienne? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even think we've offered him, have we?
I don't believe so.
I'm sure. I got my eyes on the Quavius Marks, man. That's who I would like to see in the Trojan uniform.
Can we see who was our most recent visits? Like, so
yeah. So Jaquarius Marks. I mean, that's somebody that I've been eyeing since we've kind of heard him and Mario Anderson, and since earlier Mario Anderson committed to Memphis, and since some predictions are starting to go to Marks, and I guess his nickname is Woody Marks or Woody, so I'm gonna start calling him Woody Marks here. And yeah, I mean, this guy's a one cut burst, and I think that's something that we're missing, in my opinion, this past year. So I'm excited about what he can bring.
Kenneth, Juju Lewis reclassifies to 2024. Hear me out.
No.
Man, listen, who knows? I wish he could. Right?
If anything, I want him to reclassify to 2025. That's it. But
at this point, man. But
he'd be what, 16 at USC, probably 16 or 17. Yeah, I don't think we even go for Dante Moore. He was under there's reports that he was under the impression that he'd be willing to learn behind Dylan Gabriel or go to Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose he was visiting Oregon this week, and so if he's still on the West Coast, just come down to LA. Let's have a conversation real quick, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
See if he wants to join us.
This opens up a door for somebody. Just know that there's guys that definitely want to be coached under Lincoln Riley at the quarterback position. I mean, the guy has how many Heismans? So come on, man. Right. We're going to be okay at quarterback. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Definitely.
My only worry is just depth.
What's that?
Depth. Like, I'm sure Lincoln Riley's going to find his guy that's going to be the starter, and he's going to make it work around him. But I just in case if someone gets hurt, anything can happen. Got the hiccups, but any inside info on who the realistic QB is going to be from the portal? Will Howard's pretty much all signs pointing from him. He sounded like he was having fun with Lincoln Riley, looking down at the Coliseum. So,
yeah, sounds like Will Howard's the guy. Hopefully, that is the case. I guess that is an indication of maybe why Malachi left. Again, this is all speculation, but I'm excited to have Will Howard if he does decide to choose us. I think he's going to be a good addition.
Yeah, Raider. We have touched on Nelson jumping into the portal. It's definitely a blow to our QB room, and it's kind of it makes me wonder what happened in that situation. Also, it does make me wonder what's going on, but I'm still not going to be concerned about QBs when it comes to Lincoln Riley. It's just kind of weird what's going on because he seemed like he was kind of like in the same boat as Caleb when it came to wanting to be coached by Lincoln Riley.
All right. What it sounds like to me is we got Miller Moss, Malachi Nelson. Now that there's another name thrown in there that we allegedly have as committed over this weekend at quarterback. Now it's said person, Miller Moss, then Malachi Nelson. I guess he was expecting to be the backup, and it doesn't, look like it's going to project to be that way. So
Nah,
they can sound elsewhere.
We all know that Malachi was afraid of me coming in.
Is that what? Yeah. He heard you've been training for that 40, man. He said he couldn't compete. By the way, you guys make sure you stay on Black Exchange. But there you go, Ken. So,
come on, I got a cannon for our arm. Come on, let's go.
we will see. We'll put it to the test in Vegas.
I could probably throw, I'd say a good solid 30.
All right. See, here you go. This is how everything gets started, right? You start talking about what you,
Hey,
what you
30
do,
yards.
you're going to have to prove it.
Yeah. But no, it's just, we'll see. Well,
I mean, maybe Malachi found out that Cliff is staying, and that's why he left. You know, I mean, he's like, dude, I mean, yeah, just yeah, something's going on there. We'll figure it out, but.
Or do you think Lincoln Riley? Because from what Jeff was saying, I wonder if Riley soured on the guy. So, do you think he looked at him in practice and during like the spring and was like, maybe he's not the guy?
Well, if that's the case, I'm fine with that too. Then,
Yeah.
trust Lincoln Riley's judgment when it comes to quarterbacks. If he's seeing something that ain't it, then hey.
I saw LBC calling me out when I jumped into this chat. I'm fine with all this hate, so it just brings more fuel. If I could put like my training videos in the chat, I would.
Hey,
so I know another guy that visited this week was Kamari Ramsey. Looks like he visited Washington and I think is or has visited Ohio State as well.
Yeah, he's currently at Ohio State.
Yeah, sounds like we're still in the lead there, but you just never know. Supposedly Ohio State was his dream school, but I thought we were his dream school as well. So maybe he just has multiple dream schools as a kid. That's understandable, I guess. But yeah, hopefully we can get him too, because I think him, Arnold, Beavers, and Zion would be a great just two deep kind of combination.
So
right
wait, there is Ramsey is he a cornerback or is he a safety?
He's a safety.
Okay.
Yep, young safety too, 3 years eligibility. So Arnold's only got 1 year left, I think. So
Ken, you're lying to me, so I don't even want to.
Don't forget, Jalen Smith is returning as well, man.
Yep, nickel position. Yep.
So, Jalen Smith, yeah, and he was our leading tackler.
Exactly. So our safety room is going to be nice, man. Especially
I agree.
Under D'Anthony Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
No, like our defense, I'm pretty confident. It's hard to look worse than what we were this year. Like we would actively have to try to be worse than what we were this year. So
just can't see that happening with the staff that we built, man. I highly doubt it will be anything like last year.
I'm pretty confident.
So. Yeah, they're not going to let Riley just do his thing. Like it seems like especially these three guys, Lynn, Matt Anson, and Doug. They don't seem like people that are just going to sit around and let somebody tell them what to do, basically. Like, if they're going to want to tackle, they're going to want to tackle that day. Like, they're going to want to be physical. So, I'm excited.
I hear you, Jeff. I do kind of want to, kind of even out how we are recruiting in the transfer portal. I would like to even it out, maybe not be too heavy in the transfer portal as much, but that is how it is at this point in time in college football. Like, you have to incorporate the transfer portal, and if there's guys that you see are going to work in your defense or offense, you have to go get them. If they are someone you really want and you feel like is going to be a big need, then you may have to compromise on on the high school side over the transfer portal. It just really all depends on the class and what's in the transfer portal.
Right, and I know it's going to increase, but I mean, right now we only have 4 guys in, and we have about 20 high schools. So, I mean, it's probably going to again even out. Probably get, I would assume, at least 10, right? Transfer guys at least, I would assume. So it's definitely going to even out. But as we get the high school going more and more, yeah, we'll be obviously less, and we'll be trying to get just the more of the top dogs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Odell Austin, we've touched on that here as well. So we're aware of it, and it's shocking, but all we can do is move on.
Yeah. And then another visit we had was Carlin Jones. He's a high school kid, D lineman. Yeah. He's actually been in Ohio State lean for a few weeks, and I think we mentioned it. I'm sorry if I'm repeating it again, but Trevino crystal balled it to us, and normally he doesn't do that. So it sounds like he's got some good insight into this. And I was reading on in terms of the Ohio State boards. It seemed like Ohio State was under the impression that he was going to take more visits after the new year. So sounds like we might have convinced him to sign early. So that's a great sign. I think he, no offense, has a better opportunity to play earlier here than Ohio State. They have a good depth there, right? They got Larry Johnson. He knows how to recruit. So, yeah. So hopefully that happens and comes to fruition, because that would be a big flip. I guess I would call it a flip, but he obviously wasn't committed.
Yeah. Chris doesn't strike me as the type of guy that would like to play the prediction game.
Right.
I think he would only do so if he knew so something was for certain. So I think we're looking pretty good on the Carlin Jones team. So.
Yeah, I agree. Even so, Mike was mentioning it too in our chat. Last time he did a prediction was the Tackett one, and convincingly enough, it was us versus Ohio State. So it seems like he knows something going on with us and Ohio State. So
absolutely, man. So like I said, man, despite this news about our quarterback room, we're still rolling, man. We're still building. It's just I guess you could say it's just another piece that we're gonna have to fill now. But obviously there's something going on in the quarterback room that we should be hearing soon that would make that make Malachi Nelson make that decision. So
yeah. What do you guys think about how our wide receiver room is looking right now?
Very young. Very young. But there are some targets that we are going after in the portal as well.
Seems like you're missing out on them, though.
Who can you tell us who?
Shoot, who comes to mind right now? This
like somebody who we missed out on. Is that what you're asking, Black Chen? Sorry.
No, like just anyone that's in the transfer portal that we're going for when it comes to our wide receiver.
I'm not sure who we recently, because I know the ones that recently we've offered, I believe, have committed. Like Louisiana Tech one went to Texas A&M. I think there's a couple others. Will Shepard, I believe we offered. He went to Colorado. Mm-hmm. There's another TCU wide receiver. I don't know if we offered him, but I know he was just young. He went to Colorado as well. So it just seems like these wide receivers are going very quickly. And we're still trying to figure out what our room looks like, So it's a little concerning. And then since they're young, we have to kind of ride on that potential of what we have been hearing. So I anticipate a better year from Singer. So that'll be a big thing. So
absolutely. Like I said before, man, I called it a few weeks ago. I said that Kyron Hudson will be taking a step up next year. I firmly believe that. What's that? I expect him to step up and have a far better year than he had this year. So maybe it's an opportunity. We never lack talent in our ever. Never have we ever lacked talent in our wide receiver room. So
maybe Singer could be the next Brandon Rice. Have a not so great year as he did before, but who knows?
Yep, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. This is room.
Like right now, we have Deuce Robinson, Do you think Malachi or do you think Makai Lemon's gonna go back to receiver now after this season? And then
the reports have been that I think that the coaches want him as a DB.
Yeah, but with the DBs that we're getting right now, is he going to be able to get time?
Yeah.
I guess we have to wait till spring to see.
Question,
See how that plays out as well, man. But that's
our chat's freaking out about the QB position right now.
Of course, I mean that's natural. Our chat, our fans like to freak out about everything. It's just the name, guys. It's just the name.
It is concerning though.
It is, but then again, it's also telling. So
it's telling, but
however you want to look at it.
Like, what quarterbacks are in the transfer portal that we can get after we get if we get what's his name?
Will Howard.
Yeah, Will Howard. It's just like, where do we go from there at that point? Who else is in the transfer portal for QBs?
We got Malik, obviously. He's out there.
I'm stopping.
Yeah. That's your all-time get at this point.
Yeah, bring Malik on. That would be great. To be honest,
they're crystal balling Walter Nolan to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
no real surprise there.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that Oregon didn't throw like $10 million at him.
I know. It seems like Ole Miss is doing that. They're actually building a pretty crazy transfer class right now.
They are.
Wait, how is Aiden Childs the top QB in the transfer portal?
I guess 2 for 7 looks at potential. I guess, or since he's young, yeah, I'm not sure.
Let me look at on 3. That's probably better. Will Howard confirmed? No, we're not confirmed yet.
We're not confirming anything.
No.
Based on what we're hearing, we're just reporting what we've heard.
Yeah, well, we've heard a lot lately.
Yes, but we can definitely say that we've heard a lot of Will Howard this weekend. So,
yep, and let's see what QBs are in the transfer portal that we could possibly go after the people we want. I don't know. Let's see. So Cam Moore, Dante Moore. Dante Moore is 50% going to Michigan State. Riley Leonard's already done.
I don't think he's going to Michigan State now. So I think it's a little outdated.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
that part. Yeah, because the
trials.
trials.
Will Rogers is going to Washington.
Yeah, he was actually kind of what's it called? He was kind of linked there from the beginning. Once he got in the portal, yeah, I kind of saw it was like them to Washington 100%. And just update our guy Ken. Shout out to our guy Ken. He just said, yeah, Annie Hansen tweeted out 2 $5 symbols
just now.
Hopefully that means more commits. If it's the 2, it's just because of the weekend, I'm gonna say Will Howard, Ramsey, but
or it could be for
give me Carlin Jones. Give me Carlin Jones so Ohio State can freak out over there.
Could it be for Kololo?
No, I'm sure that's already been announced. So.
That's a good one. No, she normally does it after the fact.
Yeah, a lot of the people that do it beforehand is pretty much the USC Twitter, and then maybe Lincoln Riley. But other than that, a lot of the other staff does it afterwards.
Let's see. She's done a few. I know that.
Either way, good things coming. So,
yeah, she did 2 3 minutes ago. She also did 1 10 hours ago. So the 1 10 hours ago was about the safety, right? Achille Arnold. So that's safe. I would assume one of these 2 is for the tackle. So that second one is maybe she is saying peace out to Malachi. I mean, that's the only other logical answer, I guess. I mean, saying deuces, dude. But yeah, that'd be my guess. Just thinking about it.
Well, anyone notice how Sula Cravens never commented on the DC hire or Ants hire? I kind of noticed that. I actually tweeted at him like, "What's your reaction about it?" Never said anything, of course, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a big thing to think about, but it's interesting because he said he has a lot to say about USC.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if he's not saying anything, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, Sue, he will voice his opinion if it ain't looking right. So,
yeah. Yep, you're right. The best is yet to come for USC. There's a lot to come for us. But right now, I'm looking at the transfer portal, and it's not looking great. But who knows?
Listen, this is just the first wave.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot more after spring ball. So,
any chance we offered DJ Lagway? We already offered him. It's just, will he?
Yeah, it was him. It was him or us in Florida. You know, back in last year since he committed. So,
has there been any rumblings about DJ Lagway?
So a little bit. He's come out and said that he's all committed to Florida still. But I mean, I've seen some of like the Texas schools try to talk to him, like a Baylor, like a Texas A&M. I think some other school, but it seems like he's still all committed to Florida. So I'm sure he's probably getting a good Rashada check. And hopefully that check comes through, and hopefully he could.
I forgot about Rashada. Should be interesting to see how Arizona State goes with him.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty exciting group. I mean, they got Raleek.
Yeah.
They got him. They picked up another young QB that I think that went to Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenny Dillingham's kind of doing his thing over there.
He's doing the same, man.
I'm fine with what's his name going there, Raleek going over to
oh yeah, absolutely.
Arizona.
He should tear it up over there, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
Raleek for there.
Yeah, Kenny's gonna set him up pretty nice in that system.
Exactly.
Yeah, like what else do we have to talk about? Who else did we just get commitments from? Who did we just get? He's a 3-star out of
Clifton.
Not Clifton. Dang it. What's his name? Lorenzo Cowan.
Okay.
Cowan, yeah.
Lorenzo Cowan.
Wait. You just made a whole video about this man. And you can't even say his name. You guys need to go check out right after this show. Lorenzo Cowan.
Real quick, Jeff, that scumbag AD, he's no longer there, man. So hopefully
he just got fired.
Hopefully you like ASU now a little bit more, but yeah, he's gone, man. He wasn't scumbag though. You're right.
Larry Johnson is retiring at the end of the season.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Interesting. If true, that makes more sense. Maybe why Houston might flip, and then why Carlin Jones is probably going to us. I even kind of was wishing that he would come to us just because he kind of had a connection to Lynn at Penn State. But I mean, he's obviously an older gentleman, so he probably just wants to go chill with the wife. I'm assuming he's got a wife, but
yeah, we'll see. But let's see. But
Lorenzo, I'm excited about it. He's got a motor from what I've seen. And
yeah, he's
quick,
like
you can kind of move him around. It seems like I feel like he can play inside a little bit in the linebacker position.
Yeah.
But obviously he played more of the outside his high school career. But
yeah, from his tapes, he's definitely an edge kind of guy. He's
similar build to Romello Height, man.
Yeah, that's what what's his name said.
Yeah, Logan. Yep.
Logan.
Oh, he did. So, yeah.
Oh yeah! Shout outs to the 70 people that are in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, why don't you guys go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that like button.
What are we at? 304 right now?
Yes, sir. Help us hit our goal of 500, please. Don't forget to share with your friends as well. And we can get back to these questions.
We're at 311 right now, so that's good. We're moving on up.
So something I just wanted to kind of shout out. I know everyone's been a little bit indifferent on Josh Henson, but prior to his arrival, guys, we only signed 12 high school linemen over 4 cycles. He signed 10 high school. He's going to sign, again, assuming everyone signs, right? He's going to sign 10 high schools in 2 seasons. So, I mean, he's building up the depth in terms of the youth. So, and hopefully he can develop them. I mean, that's the next step in his arsenal, right? Is developing these 10 now. So, I thought that was pretty cool.
Sorry, man. Piggyback off that a little bit.
Good.
If Benny Wiley can do what he says he can, and put 20, 30 pounds on our current O-linemen and prospects and freshmen coming in, we're going to have the best O-line in college football.
Nope.
This year, for sure, next year. Because we got some one thing you can't teach is height and size, you know what I mean? And athleticism. These guys, they got a lot of potential, for sure. Our O-line does. So we can beef these boys up, man. We're gonna be looking pretty good.
Yeah, our O-line's definitely gonna be very green though, too, if we don't get any
Well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like we're gonna have to break in a new center. We're gonna have to break in probably a new right tackle, left or right tackle, right guard. Well, Mason Murphy could probably. Do you think Mason Murphy will be right tackle next year?
Well, we'll see what his return looks like.
Because I think Elijah Page has been groomed to be left tackle next year.
Yep. So we'll see how it all plays out, man. But I think which I have faith that Benny Wiley can beat these guys up. He's done it before. And obviously everyone gets on him because our guys were little this past season, but that had little to nothing to do with him.
Yeah, I don't think he purposely you know what, I'm gonna make these guys small just because I want to.
Right. So trust me, strength coaches get excited when they get to add weight to these guys, man. They get to push these guys to work hard, even harder in the weight room and beef them up. They take pride in that.
So right now, with everything that's been going on, what do you think is probably the most important position right now for us to get?
Offensive line, in my opinion.
Over defensive line?
Listen, I would rather have a great offensive line and a decent defensive line if I had to choose. Because you can't do nothing without an O-line. You can't run the ball. You can't pass the ball.
That is very true.
4 points on the board. So you have a good O-line and a decent running back, you can do some things. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I would just say trenches. If anything on the D-line, it's just I think inside, D linemen's right, the nose tackles, the D-tacks. So, but yeah, I think O-line just seems more important if you wanted to compare the two.
This is a good quote. Wiley said, "We're going to the Big Ten, not the Medium 10."
Exactly. So he gets it. He understands the assignment, man. He's going to execute.
Kevin Jackson says, "We D-line. We need depth."
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what I would say D-line for me, but then close is offensive line because offensive line I feel like we've we've recruited pretty well in that position. We haven't really recruited well on defensive line besides Sam Green and Braylon Shelby.
Elijah Hughes is too. I would say Hughes had him in.
Elijah Hughes. So, but they're not. We don't have the size except for Sam Green. Sam Green can probably get up to the size that we need him to be. Right. But Shelby is going to be on the edge. Hughes is going to be on the edge. We need beef up the middle.
Hughes will be inside, I think.
I
mean, he's just kind of small, but I would say also Clifton's probably going to go inside. I would say people are saying he's 250, but he's really like 280. So
Right.
like the Benny Wiley conversation, he's going to beef him up, give him 10, 20 pounds at least. He's going to be close to 300 with a Bear. So, I just feel like our edges, DN's edges are it seems like it's all solidified. We got youth, veterans. It just seems like we just need to, pack up that middle.
Are you talking about Mason Murphy, OGD lifer?
Plays too high. I'm gonna assume Murphy.
Yeah,
because I think that's a thing for offensive line.
Oh yeah, DJ PV. Yeah, I think our edge people are not going to be like how they were this year. They're not going to be like 220 or whatever. They're going to be at least a good solid 250, 260. Yeah,
we'll see. As far as Clifton, man, he's a guy that I think he can play inside and outside. I think he'll be moved around quite a bit, depending on what we're in. We run a multiple defense depending on what we're facing. So we'll see how that goes, man. See how that plays out for him. And that's exactly what Anthony Lynn said he wants. He wants versatile guys. So he definitely gets that.
And we can't forget about Anthony Lucas too. I think Anthony Lucas could break out with Lynn's defense.
Absolutely. I definitely have him on my breakout list for next year.
Yep. Yeah, because he flashed a lot, but he wasn't as consistent, and plus they didn't even put him on the field as much. So, but I think he has a chance to have a great season next year. So,
yep. For me, Romello Height is also a guy to watch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a junior, and Jamil will be back. Kobe Pepe is going to be back, right? Yeah, he's a junior.
I wouldn't surprise if he pops in the portal again, though.
Yeah,
just because he's always been back and forth.
Yeah, this is also one that hasn't jumped yet. Which has there been any rumblings of him jumping yet?
I have not personally. No.
Like the fact that he was going to redshirt was kind of something that we thought was going to be him going into the portal, but with Lynn joining, I think he can. There's a lot of players that I could see him using really well on those edges.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, last I heard, he was going to take the red shirt and stick around. So, and that's honestly kind of what I heard obviously with Malachi. I don't want to compare the two, but so I mean, you never know with these kids, right? One day they're saying something, the next day they're thinking something else.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to me, if you ask me, man, Corey's focus right now needs to be weight room. Go ahead and pack on some pounds, man.
Yeah, pack on some pounds.
He's definitely more comfortable with his hand in the dirt.
Who was the one that said they can eat whatever they want? Was that Lynn saying that our line's going to be able to eat as much as they want?
Yeah, feed them boys, man.
Yeah.
Feed them.
Yeah, Slap Happy and 790. We've covered that. It's definitely her saying that.
It's definitely her Blackie Chan over there.
Yeah, you can hear his voice.
Well, like I have a video all recorded about Malachi and that don't sleep on Malachi. Oh.
You'll be all right.
But Tayfab has a question. Which of our position groups needs to make the biggest jump for us going to the Big Ten? Our offensive line.
Yeah.
How they protected Caleb this year in the Pac-12. If they tried to do the exact same thing in the Big Ten, it's going to be our quarterbacks don't get hurt. So,
yeah.
Oh, you had the face that you got some news or something. B Jones was like, oh
no, I was just thinking about no news, but yeah, O-line, man. I mean, although the Big Ten, they're slower, they're definitely a lot bigger and stronger than what we're used to here in the Pac-10.
Yeah,
Pac-12.
Corn-fed boys.
Yeah. So I mean, it'll be like Notre Dame every game. If you know what I mean, we'll be just being bullied out there, pushed around if we don't get our O-line corrected. So, but like I said, I got faith in our strength staff, and I got faith in Henson to get these guys right.
Yeah, because we're going to be playing some decent defenses, or we're going to be playing some good defenses next year. Absolutely. Michigan, Nebraska. You can't sleep on Nebraska. Because I was all on the Tony White hype train going on. And like his second year with Nebraska, it's going to be something to be on the lookout for. And then Penn State. Well, Manny Diaz, did he actually take the Duke head coach job?
Yeah, and they actually just hired Tom Allen as their new defensive coordinator. So
Tom Allen, he might have
Indiana head coach.
Oh,
the former. Yeah.
And so yeah, it's definitely going to be. We're not playing Ohio State. If we're not going to be afraid of UCLA's defense anymore, so. But
yeah, oh man, if you guys watched that game last night, it just looked night and day, right?
I haven't watched any college football.
Really, you didn't watch any games yesterday? Well, they
watched a few, yeah.
Man, if I told you that defense yesterday held us to 3 yards rushing, you'd be like, "What?" I mean, Boise State was all over them. I mean, they won the game, but Boise State was definitely giving it to them on the ground, man.
So UCLA still won, but their defense looked different.
Yeah, where did they finish? Where did Boise State finish with?
They had 138 yards on the ground, or 138 by one player, then 85 by another player.
Yeah. you could definitely tell D'Anton Lane was not on that sideline.
He averaged 8.1 yards a carry. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. Be honest, I haven't paid too much attention to Boise State this year. I don't know what their rushing offense is usually like, but last night, man, they definitely
UCLA
all they wanted.
I think Boise State's known for running the ball, but
how did UCLA's quarterback have the most rushing yards on the team? He had 127 yards rushing on 7 carries.
She had a good running game too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't watch Cal. I didn't against Texas Tech. I've been kind of busy this weekend, so just haven't really had a chance to. But
tell me about it. Shout out to our guy Slap Happy, by the way.
Huh?
No, saying shout out to our guy Slap Happy.
Oh, Slap Happy grew up on McKay and Robinson. Okay, we got a veteran in here.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like I don't know. It's bittersweet now. Like I was coming into this podcast like, oh yeah, this is great.
This really
hurt, man.
I am hurt.
You'll be all right, man. Everybody's gonna
like I have to scrap that video now.
Yeah, that's the nature of the game. It's college football in 2023 right now. So
yeah.
That's just what it is, man. Guys don't want to stick around and compete or whatever the case is. I don't know. It just happened. We haven't heard much, but it is what it is.
USC fan since 1973 when I was 8 and still worried about next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got some things that we still need to accomplish this offseason, but at the rate that we're going, I think we're going to be all right.
Jeff gets me.
Jeff gets me.
Okay. Yes, I get it. The kid had all the potential. He had all the potential in the world, right? But if you look at it from a production standpoint, what are we losing?
Right.
Yeah. But if Miller Moss leaves, everyone's going to be upset about that too. But what do we have from him?
Well, I would say the same.
Miller's not losing that or leaving them.
Yeah. Right. Miller wants to compete.
His mom was a teacher too. I mean, I just feel like he's just all about USC, you know.
His girlfriend goes to USC as well, I think.
Miller wants to compete, man. So
everyone has told us that they want to compete and they do something opposite.
Well, we never heard that from Malachi, so
that is. No, he said he there was
he said it was a report. Yeah, he said that he was fine, but
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I know.
But yeah, we'll be all right, man. We're gonna be just fine at the quarterback position. I'm pretty confident in that. I mean,
yeah, you can be a backup. Well, I don't really know so much now these days. Like, what QBs have been backups that have been a QB as of lately?
What do you mean?
What quarterback that has been a backup in college football and been a starter or made starts in the NFL as of late?
Or as of late, so we're not counting Matt Castle then.
Yeah, not Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't happened. Like the quarterback game has changed a lot. Like Matt Castle was the same kind of quarterback as Tom Brady in a sense of like their athletic ability. Like it's like you're either a mobile quarterback that can throw on the ball and they really need to see you play to be able to get you onto their team, in my opinion. To even want to bring you in on a practice squad.
Listen, you get a camp invite. Coaches vouch for you. They'll get you a camp invite. You light it up in camp. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
So it's not all the realm of possibility. Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it can't.
The last person that had it happen was Matt Castle in 2009 or something like that.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, everyone's saying Castle. That was
some years ago.
Years ago. So who knows? We'll see. And if he's gone, best of luck to Malachi. And we'll be on the look for the next best thing, which is, in my opinion, Will Howard. And I don't see Lincoln. I've not heard Lincoln Riley going out to visit anyone else. Like within the first day of him being able to go out and visit people, Will Howard was his first guy. Will Howard is now just took a trip to USC and he looked like he was having fun. So,
yep. So we'll see how it plays out, man. I mean, that's all we can do. It's fresh news. We don't even know exactly what went into that decision just yet. So we'll see how that plays itself out over this. I'm sure we'll hear more this week. But I'm also sure that we'll be hearing some good news this week as far as concerning the quarterback room. So
I really hope so, because we're going to need it. At least I need it.
Yeah. Somebody help Becky Shan out, man. Somebody make his day, man. Cheer him up.
Will Howard, if you could commit right now, if you're watching, just commit right now, and then I'll forget all about. No, I won't forget all about Malachi, but it'll lessen the blow. Juju Lewis, who knows? Like James says, maybe 2025. How old will he be in 2025? Will he be at least a mature enough age that he can come in and make a shot at it?
I think so, but I'm not sure. I know he's still young, I think, technically. But I mean, yeah, I think it makes sense for him to go to 2025. We have a few other 2026 offers out there. Ryder Lyons, Walker's younger brother, and then a kid from Utah. I can't think of his name from right now, so I apologize. But yeah, he's another 2026 QB. So yeah, it just seems like 2025 is a likely decision for Juju.
Slap Happy is speaking Brandon's language. Murphy from Texas would be similar to Caleb in 2 years.
A bigger body.
Bigger body. Like
Murphy would make more sense because of the quarterbacks, right? With Juju Lewis, we have no one in 2024. We technically have no one in 2025. So Yeah, I mean Murphy would make more sense just from he
Well,
plays 2 more years and then boom, Juju Lewis comes and steps in. But
but isn't like the everyone's saying that he's gonna possibly go into Georgia or LSU?
yeah, I mean they're still in talks. Yeah, I mean we'll see. But
has there been any connection? Did Lincoln Riley recruit him out of high school?
Oh, Murphy, sorry.
Yeah, Malik Murphy.
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Not sure.
And so who knows if he knows anything about Malik, but the time that Malik did play this year, he looked okay. He wasn't like he was still like he was coming in for Quinn Ewers when he was injured, but I don't know. Like he's still kind of an unknown commodity when it comes to what he's done on the field. Like he looked good in the spring game. He definitely looked good in the spring game, but that's a spring game. So
right.
Right. He has all the intangibles and everything. He has the arm, he has the legs to do it, but it's just like can he do it like consistently without having to be replaced after Quinn Ewers comes back?
Under Lincoln, what do you think?
Yeah, Gordon 247. He did not offer him. Lincoln did not offer Miller Murphy.
So we have a Canes fan
no
here. I'm a Miami Canes fan. I wanted Will Howard, Mario, and staff wants Ward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys shouldn't be mad if you guys get Cam Ward either, though.
Blackie Chain, come on now. Let's keep it all the way real. You know how we've been feeling. You know how we've been on Cam Ward this season.
No, okay. So when I was making some videos here, I would look at Cam Ward's film, and he's great. He has the arms. He can make all the throws. It's just their lack of the ability to run the ball was not there. So it was all really Cam Ward passing the ball, and they just knew to drop 8 to stop him. And so that was basically us in a sense. He still put up some good numbers. He did he didn't have a worse like per se year than he did last year. It's just the record doesn't reflect, and that could be said the same thing as Caleb Williams. Like he put up great numbers, but our record speaks poorly of it.
Well, for me, Cam Ward, he'll make some plays that will wow you, and then 2 plays later, he'll make a play that leave you scratching your head like, what was he thinking?
Yeah.
You know, like why would you ever throw that? You know,
it's probably because they just like I don't know. Like I'm not as soured on him anymore, but I still would pick Will Howard over him. But still, either way, if we got Cam Ward somehow, I wouldn't be upset about it. Like I would still like trust Lincoln Riley with the quarterback position, whoever he has.
Exactly.
So either way, though, like thanks for stopping by. Though, really appreciate other teams, fans coming in and just showing up.
Yeah. So Alejandro, if you have a great quarterback coach, then Cam Ward would be fine. But if not, yeah, he could definitely play you in and out of games at times. So
yeah, Cam Ward destroyed. He destroyed Michigan State, and that was when they had their head coach before he got ousted. So, like Cam Ward, he has all the ability to do it. It's just if Cam Ward came to Lincoln Riley, I'm sure Lincoln Riley would help his decision making easily.
Right. So Jeff mentioned something. Yes, Howard has guts. He's not afraid to throw in the tight windows or move forward with the ball. Yes, and that's another thing that I like about Howard. He's not scared to throw 50-50 balls.
He throws down the middle.
And yes, and you know who we got on our roster, man, who's just tearing it up when it comes to 50-50 balls, and that's That's Dorian Singer. So
Yeah.
I think he will have a breakout with Howard on the roster, man. Or
Will Howard
that's willing to throw 50-50 balls. As we know, our previous guy was not really not really trying to do that much.
Like I have a video ready to go for Will Howard at the moment when / if he commits to USC, and I do harp on, or not harp, but I do point that out. He does throw tight windows. He knows where to throw the ball. He knows where to throw it without getting his players hurt going across the middle. Like, he doesn't throw it high. He throws it down low to be able to give them a chance to cover up real quick if they're about to get hit across the middle. So he knows where to throw the ball. He just doesn't have the arm strength as Caleb does. Like sometimes some of the balls do get thrown a little bit short when he even has a pocket. So that's just the thing that he doesn't have as that Caleb does, but he does have the ability to scramble and make plays with his feet. And I think he's actually a better read when it comes to the defense and pulling the ball or giving it to the running back when it comes to the mesh or the RPO. Like, I feel like he's really good at reading when he should pull the ball.
Right.
Deuce is going to be really good at the 50-50. And Jacoby, don't sleep on Jacoby. He's 6 foot, 6'5"? 6'5"? If he can bulk up to at least a good solid 190, he's going to be great. Because he's like 160, 170 right now, if that. So if he can get up to the 190s, 200, he's going to be a scary guy to be able to contend with, because he's huge and he has great hands. He actually has really good hands. And Deuce Robinson, for a guy 6'6", he can run. So he can pull away from DBs. So he's going to be fun to watch next year. I think he could be our leading receiver next year. He's gotten confidence now, I feel like.
Yeah, Deuce reminds me of Drake London, so I'm gonna be all about Deuce because I've always been a fan of Drake London. So
he's definitely has that Drake London ability. I think he's faster than Drake London.
Say again, sorry.
I think he's faster than Drake.
I believe so.
Yep. So yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna be just fine, guys. I really feel like we're gonna be all right.
We're just young at the receiver side.
Yep. So this Holiday Bowl will tell us a lot as well. So just kind of waiting to see how that goes for us, and we can kind of see where to go from there.
Yeah, I believe that Will Howard will change the offense from what it was this year, more run from the running backs and the RPO being go-to receiver. Yeah, I can see that.
You know what else will change the offense? Get rid of Kingsbury.
Yeah. Gavin Morrison just tweeted out the V for victory 14 minutes ago.
Oh, here we go.
So that's pretty late after Kalolo.
Which one?
Gavin Morrison.
Gavin just tweeted a V. So
that has to be for the tackle. I don't think it's for a new person.
Do you think so? That was 14 minutes ago, so that's pretty late afterwards. Because he committed maybe within like 30 minutes of us being on live. Who knows?
Pretty close, yeah.
All right, we got any questions before we get out of here? The rapid fire.
Let's see. Get rid of Cliff. He's horrible. He said facts.
Where's Gabe, man? Gabe, we're not the only ones, man.
USC Jason here saying, "Fight on, fam." It's 70 people in the chat. Everyone hit that like button, subscribe, and get these guys 400 subscribers. Yeah, hey.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Jay. Yes, sir. Hey, you heard what the man said.
Yeah.
Even go to USC Jay soon. Get him. What is he at right now? What is USC
5 million subscribers.
Yeah, get
all organically though. I might have mentioned.
Right.
But
USCJ's at 5,000 right now. Get him to 6,000. We have 83 people in here right now. Damn. Jeff, tell us how you really feel, Jeff. Cliff is a cancer. He killed our offense. Lloyd and Jones had half the carries as Dye and Jones. No excuse for that. Tell us how you really feel.
well, I will say this though, Jeff. Yes, I agree with you. I've said this all season, but it's kind of hard to run the ball with no line.
But when we did run it, they had the time. They were like.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't have run the ball more. You know me, I'm all for that. But yeah, I agree, man. I mean, there's been people here saying that Cliff isn't the problem and he's just an analyst and blah blah blah. But I don't see any other analyst faces all in the huddle.
Nope.
He's got to have some kind of influence, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's also technically, I think, illegal, maybe, or something. Because I know, like the AD and the coach, I know, right? I know, but well, hopefully that gets him out of there. Okay, hopefully that gets him out of there.
As long as don't get us in trouble.
Right. But basically, they have to sign off on who's on the sideline. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Pablo says hard to see the offense better than with Howard than Caleb. Like, I think it could, in all actuality, Pablo, because like I love Caleb. He does his thing. He's top 2 QBs for all of USC. But there was a lot of hero ball, and he will take what the offense or the defense is giving him, rather than trying to squeeze it, like trying to make something out of nothing. So, and Will Howard, I think he will run the ball a lot harder than Caleb does. Like Caleb, he will run the ball, but he will try to get hit the least, and which could be bad for Will Howard, but he's willing to get those extra yards on the run. And he's a big body receiver, big body quarterback, 6'5", 240. So he's not going to get taken down by the first tackler. It's going to take a lot to get him down.
Listen, I would say this too, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Howard would be more willing, like I said, he's more willing to throw 50-50 balls. There was times where Caleb was just not willing, so caught up in not trying to throw as many picks as he did last year. We said he said that was one of his goals going into this past season, is to not throw as many picks, and you could tell. There was opportunities where he should have been he should have taken some 50-50 chances with the receivers that we have, and he's just too caught up in not wanting to throw an interception, man, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Slap Happy, I don't understand how to take this. Is this a compliment or is this a diss now? Howard like a big elk. I mean, elks are strong, so yeah, I guess I would say that's a compliment. Like he's gonna lower the shoulder, I feel like. Like if he sees a DB on the edge, he might truck him. I can see that. But a linebacker, maybe not.
Like Jen, I hear you. What, you got a rebuttal for that, Lucky Chan?
For this?
Yes.
Okay, so he had surgery in December. I don't know if you can really outplay someone recovering from surgery.
My point exactly. So what if, I mean, I don't wish this on anybody, but what if he never heals properly?
I'm
just saying, Lincoln has probably not going to get on. We'll wait for a story to really come out before we make any further judgment on that, but something's going on in that quarterback room.
Something's
brewing.
And the only difference, it was Cliff. So, I mean.
Pablo, if you didn't hear Malachi Nelson's rumor to be entering the transfer portal, so we're trying to deduce what's going on with everything. Ezekiel, USC versus Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Yeah,
I think Michigan got something to say about that.
I like Ryan Day is still he has yet to beat Michigan since he's been promoted to head coach. So
I mean, I would like that, but we got to see.
Honestly, I would like to go against Michigan more than Ohio State. But let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, Kenneth saying Carlin Jones, crystal ball to us. Yep, everyone's saying that.
Yep.
Anyone else? Any other questions you guys have for us before we get out of here? Let's see. Will Howard will cause Riley to call different plays. Offense will more what the fans want. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope that he changes his offensive scheme, knowing that he doesn't have a gunslinger like Caleb Williams. But don't get me wrong, Will can sling the ball. He just doesn't have the arm strength to be able to make every single pass, but he can make some good passes.
Ooh, Pepe, I'll be honest with you. I agree with you on that one. Listen, I'm not going to hurt Blackie Chad's feelings, but I was always more of a Malik Murphy guy, man, as far as local QBs, man. I think his upside is just a little higher. Just my opinion. I'm not a quarterback guru at all. In fact, I played on the whole opposite side of the ball. I'll be honest with you. So, but
I'm not a quarterback guru either. But I have not watched about Malik's what is it called? His high school highlights, but I have watched Malachi's, and I am impressed with Malachi. He has a good arm. He can make the plays, and he's deceptively fast. Like he can run the ball when he had to. When he was at what is it called? Whatever his high school was, but he did he didn't have the stats when it did come to like the bigger teams, like I think they lost to a Texas team and to Mater Dei. So he did struggle with them, but he also had Mekhi Lemon, who should have been a 5-star receiver at the for them, but they gave him that 4-star. So either way, I was impressed with Malachi with all that I've seen from him. It's just not like if you're going off recent memories of just Caleb Williams, like it's kind of hard to be impressed for him to take over for Caleb. But if you look closely at Miller Moss's versus Malachi's, I would say I would pick Malachi over Miller when it comes to just highlights alone.
What?
Highlights alone. In high school? Yes.
Okay, but Miller didn't have a 5-star receiver like Mekhi.
True, but I'm just saying though, like, did Caleb have 5 stars when he was at in the DMV?
Once in that's generational talent right there. That's not even.
Did they call him a once in a generational talent when he was coming out of high school?
Who? Caleb?
Yeah.
Wasn't he number one?
No, he wasn't.
He was number one coming out of his class?
I don't think so. Maybe he was.
I'm pretty sure he was.
What year did Caleb come into?
I think Quinn Ewers was number one.
Was it?
Yeah, Caleb was 2 or 3.
22.
Regardless. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, and yeah, so. But I'm just saying, based off the highlights, I would pick Malachi over Miller in high school. But Miller Moss has that je ne sais quoi, I would say, when it comes to like he just has that. I do like his leadership qualities as well. We haven't had a chance to see Malachi like be a leader or anything like that, but Miller Moss seems like he would be a good leader with all his interviews that we've seen of him.
Yep. So, guys, it is that time. It's time to wrap this thing up.
You have not frozen.
I didn't freeze this episode.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like
Hey, it's that new house, baby. It's that new house.
All right. So yeah, man. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as USCJ commanded, and hit that like button as well. And don't forget to share us with all your friends. And join us here next week, man, as we sure to be able to bring you some even better news regarding our quarterback situation. And hopefully you guys can cheer Blackie Chan up this week, man. So, and don't forget to add our guy Guns here. He has a podcast on Spotify as well here on YouTube. Views from the Stands. Make sure you look him up and give him a follow.
Yeah, go hit that subscribe button, boys.
Absolutely. And that's a fact. Yeah, no freezes, no F-bombs, but yeah.
Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
With that being said, man, we're gonna get out of here, man. So, fight on, everybody.
All right,
Bye,
fight on.
boys.